My personality, I've been told, again, I'm not self-proclaiming, but I've been told that my personality is quite strong, it's quite intimidating. I give off this air or aloof nature of, I don't want to say I'm better than anyone because I'm far from, but at the same time, to my friends as well, like, can you be doing better? What are you doing with yourself? Are you planning to buy your house? Are you planning to drive a car soon? That's my nature.
Yeah, but planning and execution is two different things.
No,
though.
but if I have that sense or that opinion or make people feel like that, especially a man, he's going to feel like he's inferior to me if he doesn't earn more or if he's not more successful.
Even in 2020?
Even in 2020.
You reckon?
Yeah, 100%.
I think most women would agree with that though. Because I think a lot of women will say they don't mind, but when push comes to shove and they actually face in the situation about finances, it matters.
So are you saying then essentially that you want to be the inferior person in the relationship financially?
I think,
I
okay.
worded that.
Inferior.
You see how I worded that? Because you said, you know, no guy wants to feel inferior, so you wouldn't be with a guy that earns less than
you. Okay.
So you want to be financially inferior in a relationship then?
If you want to call it that, then yeah, I do.
It's not that. It's not what I want to call it.
Okay, yeah, fine. Okay, I won't sit on the fence. Financially inferior, yes. But...
Why?
But there's other ways that could balance out the relationship.
I'm just talking about annual income right now. Just annual income.
Okay.
Who earns more?
Why?
But I'm gonna say something.
What?
I'm gonna say something controversial. I think it does take a certain type of man, not all men, so don't kill me, but I think it takes a certain type of man to accept that he's the subordinate one financially. I think like it because most men, with our pride, with our ego, we want to be the alphas. We want to make the money. So I think it will take a certain type of individual to say, you know what, my missus earns way more than me or double me, and this is just how it is. I think it does take a certain type of individual. Yeah,
it does. You have to be. I don't know. I don't want to say very secure.
That's why many men, when they start, you're an idiot.
Oh God.
When they start linking girls, and then they get to that whole, what are we, the girl, blah blah blah. There are a lot of guys that do not want to commit or be in a relationship because that's one of the reasons. They know that they need to focus on getting their bread because they're not at a certain point, especially guys that are with women who are kind of like doing okay. So that's why a girl might be thinking he doesn't like me, he's not serious, but he's never going to admit to a woman, do you know what? I'm down right now. Like, my bread is low. I can't be with you until I get up again. Because a lot of men don't want to admit that.
Do we need to change that?
No.
Because
I'll tell you when we need to change it. When you man can carry a baby and you're out of like work for a couple of years, innit? As far as I'm concerned, if I make money, and I want a family and you want me to have your children, you're going to have to bear the brunt of the financial burden for a couple of years.
I don't mean change that. I mean, do we need to change the communication aspect of it? Because you said no guy likes to actually be honest and say, look, I'm down right now, because they're insecure about it and they don't want to drive the girl away. I'm saying, do we need to change that and start having the conversation?
A lot of guys do. A lot of guys would say...
Not when they meet a woman.
A lot of guys would say, listen, I can't even afford to go for us to go Mykonos or something.
When you meet a new woman.
Wait, and then
a new woman.
You know what the girl does? She'll say, yeah, cool, and then bounce.
Wait. Let's put things into context, yeah?
Go on.
If you get with a girl and you're okay, I'm not saying wealthy, you're okay, and she's okay, and you're rolling, and you fall in love, and you fall flat on your face, there is nothing that you shouldn't be able to tell her, including finances. And if she bounces, she was never for you. Once you invest those emotions, you should be able to tell a woman. And if you can't, you already are starting a relationship on the back foot. You know that she doesn't really like you for you. But if you meet a woman, draw her in a club, second date, babes, you know what, this is the last date. It's going to have to be a chill out home vibe, Netflix.
Yeah.
Because I'm broke. No, you shouldn't even be looking, woman, unless it's just a press. You don't have to give her reason. You don't have to give the reason.
It's so old school.
Wait. As in, he shouldn't be trying to get with this girl if he hasn't got his money up.
No. Why are you trying to have a relationship as a man if you are broke?
Because it's about love.
Yeah, what if you fall for everywhere? Hold on.
No.
Love.
Hold on. What if you fall for someone?
Yes.
Hold on.
What's the biggest factors to the breakdown of a relationship?
finances,
money,
One of the
sex.
first thing is finances. So why would you then go into a relationship knowing that's one of the biggest factors?
All right, so what age can you go?
So what
Wait,
if you
hold on,
think
hold
this
on.
is the only time you're going to meet this girl? What should you do? Say, listen, give me 2-3 years.
Then you should look for a broke girl too and build together, because you're on it even kill. It's about balance.
So why is it a girl can be broke and borrowing her friend's boohoo dress and then go for guys that got money?
Why is it that you can shag 100 women and not get criticised?
Okay. I mean, that's neither here nor there, really.
Society standards.
We all play our position, and I think with modern day, we're trying to battle each person's position. You men get to shag and do what you like, cool. We can't. We get to,
women can.
be
Women
financially
can, and they
inferior
are.
without being criticised.
But there are women out there that actually want to be financially superior, though. There are women that actually take pride in that and actually want to be that person.
I know, my mother's one of them.
Exactly. So how have you got this view then only of that angle?
Because my mum is a true feminist, and there's not a lot of honest, true feminists out there. People like to say, I'm a feminist, Beyonce, survivor, powerful, independent. But when it comes down to it, you're not getting out of the car to help my man change his tire. You're not happy to pay for all the dates.
That's not feminism, though. Feminism's equality, not being superior.
Exactly. It's about being equal. The majority of women do not want to go half at every single date. Not the majority of women in our community.
Do
I
want to go half on every single date?
No.
Why?
So the first
Why?
date.
Because I don't.
So let's say
You got bread. You do
let's
your
say the
thing.
first date the guy pays. So what? The second and third date you can't go halves.
No. Okay. What would make me want to pay my money is to feel that a man's got me. So if
what makes you think a man's got you?
No, if I feel like a man is benevolent, it makes me want to put my hand in my pocket. And it doesn't. When I say benevolent, I don't necessarily mean splashing, going Selfridges, whatever. Say, for example, if I've known a guy for 2 to 3 weeks, and I go and see him, or he's called me. He's just like, oh, do you know what? Have you eaten? I'm getting food. Do you want me to get for both of us? It's simple things that would make me. Do you know? He's so sweet. Next day, I've got you. But if I feel like the man has not made no effort for the small things of checking in on me about various things, okay, I might say in conversation, oh, do you know what? My radiator needs changing, on my windscreen wipes a mess. I need someone to look at it. Oh, babes, let me sort that out for you. It's not a great finance, but you've got me in it. You've got me.
We're talking about things on such a kind of early stage and not young level, but let's just say early stage. What about when it gets to like mortgages and you know what? We've been renting this apartment. We've been going well. Everything's been good.
We're deep in the commitment now.
We're deep in the commitment, putting in for a house. And he's like, listen, I've got my 100 racks here or 50 racks here or 20 racks here for a deposit. Where's yours?
All right, do you know what,
What happens then?
All right, let me explain.
Because what will happen then is still on the deeds of the house, the girl's definitely going to want to say she owns half of the house. She's not going to want to say he's put in the deposit, he owns the house, and then if we break up, I'm going to get kicked out and be back to square one. No, she's going to say I own this house as well.
But these conversations are always at the meme level. Yeah. So when it gets to the level of the mortgages, you're going to see in reality things are very different to what you see on a meme, innit? So this is why I don't really like to talk about these sorts of conversations, only because what works for somebody, what may work for my mum, where she likes to pay for all the dates because it's a control thing, a feminist thing, whatever, whereas I may not, whereas someone might want to do it differently. There's no set rule. Sometimes you find a person, there might be a guy out there, he likes to pay for everything. When I was living in Barbados and I came with my little London attitude, whatever, a guy said, why are you even bringing out your wallet? You're disrespecting me. Like, what? You're embarrassing me. You've come to this place with me. All of my friends are here. We're all businessmen and you're offering to pay for my drinks. Don't do that again. But who am I to tell him his way is wrong? Who am I? Do you know what I'm saying? So I hate this whole who should pay on the first day. For me, I can only speak behalf of me. I know my personality will automatically make a man feel that, I've got a big character.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to say, oh, babes, are you on job this? I hope you're ambitious because I am. I want to help you do better. Then I'm also saying, well, actually, I own like 20 bags more than you. He's going to feel emasculated. It's not because I want his money. I never want a man's money.
How do you find out you earn more than him? Like, how do you approach that conversation?
Little things, innit? Come on, you have conversations. Babe, what'd you do? Okay. I usually will know.
A lot of jobs, it can vary how much you earn though.
Okay.
So you're going to go straight up ask them?
What do
I think you would. I think you would. I think you would.
what do you do?
I think you would ask them straight how much they make.
I'm
do you jump to that on a date?
Or you're gonna go on Indeed, or what's the one where you can?
You got to be different though. You got to remember, I'm a bit older than what people on social media that have these conversations a lot.
Yeah.
When I was 22, I didn't really care. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm in uni. I still had 2 part-time jobs while I was in uni.
Yeah.
So I probably had a better car than you, most of my friends, whatever. But my point is, when you get to a certain age, it's all nice to be idealistic. Oh, it's all about love. Said nobody ever at this stage of life.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you see it more and more. Like you see it even in my own life. You can see it with like family members and stuff. Like
yeah, I agree.
You got a partner. Sometimes just because the finances aren't right, you've got to partner up and it kind of falls. A lot of people that are in relationships, they're sticking in relationships that they actually don't even want to be on the flip side, just due to the financial aspect of it.
Exactly.
Because I know the 2 incomes and staying with someone can actually, they're not worrying about finances.
But this is what I get accused for a lot, because probably I don't get caught up in the beginning stages of the airy fairy. I like him so much. Oh my God. Because I see how you have this great chemistry, right? Mm. Then 4 months down the lane, not necessarily about like finances, 4 to 5 months down the lane, it's like, oh, what? You're Christian? Swear down. I thought you were willing to convert to Islam. Oh, what? You don't make no money? Oh, all these things start popping up when you should have just done a quick, okay, what is it that makes sense to my life? Okay, babes, I'm a really strict Muslim, so it matters to me if you are willing to convert later on down the line. If you, as an adult, know yourself, you should be able to stay irrespective of the person, I'm never converting, so let's stop from now. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Life doesn't go like that. And I can speak on personal experience that that's specifically what you're talking about. That's what it was like with my ex. Like, it just doesn't work like that. Like, you come into the relationship, you meet someone initially, might have that spark. If it's real, if it's the real thing and you really care about that person, you have that initial spark, that initial chemistry, you want to get to know that person. And then if you get to know that person and start actually developing feelings for that person, and then you begin to fall for that person, it does kind of blind your better judgment on certain things that you wouldn't necessarily, the decisions you wouldn't make if you were single. You start to make those kind of mad blurred decisions when you like someone. That's a fact.
I've done it both ways, and I feel that the way that you're saying, when I was younger, it would have worked, because you get caught up in all this idealistic, you're probably not ready to buy a house, you're not, certain religions don't really matter, you're just gassed on, oh my days, when is he going to call me and all that stuff. But realistically, if you're ready at a certain point in your life to buy a house, to have children, there's certain things fundamentally that are important to you that you should have those conversations before getting caught up.
But you're looking at then you end up looking at a relationship almost like a business partnership, like a prospective business partnership. Like, this person's not only going to be my life partner, but this is going to be my business partner for life.
I think those marriages are probably more successful.
Then you can find marriages that aren't
as in like a business partnership rather than just pure love. And
you know why? Because that idealistic gassed chemistry love does not last.
Yeah, it doesn't.
When that goes, you need to replace it with, I really need this person. And if you're an ambitious or driven person, or you want to get somewhere in life, what would make you need that person is, okay, they inspire me, they make sense to my aspirations, my ambitions, and all the rest.
But we've seen that with Will and Jada.
Yeah, but on the flip side, though, I do think a lot of the times, if you see really successful people, I don't think both people in the relationship can have those same aspirations. I do think one person tends to have to sit on the back bench and say, do you know what, I'm gonna let this other person go get what they need to do and be aspirational. Because I think two people at the top of their game that are both hungry, sometimes it can clash. It means they might not have time for each other. They might not.
Agreed. And that's why you will get successful men that will say, I want a woman that is an old school woman. Yeah. I want to be able to come home and she's my peace. She can cook me a really nice meal. She can massage me. She's not overly too ambitious herself. And there's nothing, some women, they get defensive when they hear a man say, I actually don't want an ambitious woman. Yeah, a woman that can make her own money or, have a little job, whatever. But a successful man, it's not necessarily for them to have a woman that's the same. Yeah. And then my thing is, when you have a massively ambitious woman who's highfalutin and a man who is looking after your picnic.
Yeah, but you know what?
Why have children? Why have them?
I get
nanny here, daycare there. The child's not even 3 months old.
You're basically saying this person needs to have finances the person that you want to get with, this prospective partner, they need to have finances.
I don't mean caking. And my thing, I have to make this clear. It's not necessarily about the money. It's about him not feeling emasculated. Because like I said, I will never want a man's money. But when you meet a certain woman, you have to feel like an alpha male if she's got a strong personality.
But listen, I find ambition in a female attractive. I think that's attractive. Like, I don't want a female
Sounds
that's bummy
good.
that I'm taking care. No, but
Sounds
but
good.
I do find it attractive though.
I find it attractive.
It's very attractive.
But I don't find it
So
attractive.
you man say.
I find it attractive.
I find it attractive.
I'll break it down in a
I find
minute.
it attractive at the start, but I don't think I find it attractive when she's like,
Thank
listen,
you, real.
I can't do this because I'm going up here, or I've got to wake up at 5, so we can't go out, or I've got to do this. So that's not for me. That's not really that.
Men will say.
That's for me anyway.
Yeah.
Men will say, it's like women too. I'll give you both scenarios. Men will say, I like a powerful woman. I like an opinionated woman. I like an ambitious woman. A woman who knows her own mind. All those women, you cannot pull the wool over their eyes oftentimes. And that's frustrating for a man. It becomes a chore because then it's not, she doesn't just accept everything you say.
Yeah.
So it,
Yeah, but then also,
but
also when you've got someone that accepts everything you say like that and then falls into that routine of someone that, you know, can you cook, can you clean, or whatever it happens to be, right? You also then begin to lose interest because it's just like,
yeah, that's
this person's not challenging me at all. Like,
that's
this person ain't pushing me to be a go-getter because everything's just easy. Like, I told them to do this, they do it. That's dead. Like, why would you? I can see how.
extreme.
But me personally, I would lose attraction for that.
You've gone from one extreme to the other.
Yeah, that's extreme. I'm talking about the powerful woman who has opinions, that's driven, all the rest of it. If you are the same, that can be to a man headache in practice.
Yeah.
Theoretically, it looks good. Power woman, my woman, blah, blah. But when you've just been to 5 meetings that are extremely contentious or challenging, you don't want to come home and your woman's like, well, I've got this other business plan. Let's talk about that. Well, why do you think that? No, X, Y, Z. It's, babes, I wanted to come home, sexy bit of lingerie, not too many opinions. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then on the other hand,
that's the dons, you know.
All right,
Yeah, but
then.
I think
On the other hand, with women always say, I love a boss man, an entrepreneur, blah, blah, blah. But when your man's flying out to different countries and he hasn't been back home for 2 weeks, my man, you've never got time for me. But I thought you liked a successful entrepreneur as a man.
Yeah.
Well,
so people like things in theory, but in practice, it's a next thing.
People always think what they like is what they like until
It's
they
not.
get it.
Of
It's
course,
not.
of course. You know, the grass is always greener and all of that. But I also think that, you know, you have to go for what you want and you can't really just drop your standards and go, I'm just going to be with this person because financially it makes sense. Like, this person's got all their
But
shit
you
in
just
order.
contradicted yourself.
How? How did I
Because
contradict
you said
myself?
you shouldn't drop your standards. But I'm telling you, when you first meet someone, I'm saying
Doubling
these are
down.
my standards. But you're saying, but you shouldn't talk about that at the beginning because chemistry and all the rest of it. So which one is it? Shall I talk about what my standards are at the beginning?
No,
or should I not?
I think the primary for all of it should be how much you actually love this person and how much you're attracted to this person.
Yeah, okay.
I think it goes back to that essentially, because it doesn't matter how good their finances or how organized they are, or how much of a go-getter they are. If you haven't got that genuine connection and that genuine spark with someone, every time that person comes around, you're just gonna roll your eyes and think, I know why I'm genuinely here.
But
And it's because they put the lights
spark,
on.
no, that
And it's because
spark.
they drive a range, and it's because I'm comfortable here and I know my kids are going to be comfortable. But really, I don't need to touch me because every time we have sex, I pretend to come. Now that's dead.
That's the
Yeah,
honeymoon
it's
period.
true.
That mad connection is the honeymoon period.
it's
When
not.
that's over, there's so
It's
many
more-
people.
it's a building
There's so
block,
many
yeah.
people, men and women, that say, "Why have they changed, bro? They never changed. You just chose to look at the obsessive. Oh my god, I'm so in love. I can't wait to see her.
No,
the
that's
sex,
not true.
the sex
That's
is
not
banging.
true. That's not true. And I'll explain to you why that's not
But
true.
you didn't
do
even
change,
in the
people
beginning.
change.
And let me explain
in
to
the
you why.
beginning,
No,
you couldn't
people
even
change,
find
people
out if she
change.
could cook. You didn't find out if he
We can't talk
even
over
if he
each
had a
other.
job.
Hear what
People
I'm saying?
change, though.
Hear what I'm
People
saying?
change.
I'm gonna tell you why that's not true. Because when people meet people, usually people put on a front.
Yeah.
They usually act like someone else to impress someone. You're not actually really meeting the real person. When you meet someone for the
100%.
first time and you go on a date, they're trying to impress you. They're trying to come across intelligent. They don't sneeze around you. They're trying to put on this perfect presentation of themselves to reel you in. And then when you get with someone and you're with someone for a real time, you actually do see the real person. They change from the person you initially met.
100%.
They start getting complacent. They start getting, I'm just going to sit around. I'm not going to give you the attention.
No, the real them comes out. The real them.
So people do change them from when you first. The honeymoon period is actually when they're pretending to be someone else.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm saying that initial, working on the connection, oftentimes people think they have a connection, but it's two fake people that have this connection. Yeah. Where when the real people both show themselves, it's like, hang on a minute. When did you switch up? No, when did you switch up? And then you start arguing because that was not a real connection. It was all gas.
Well, then also, no, but there's also other little factors and contexts we've got to take into account, like the fact that people get together and they might be together for a year or two and then they move in together and then they see what it's really like. Because you dating someone and then going out to eat with them and meeting up and hanging out with them in their house at times is one thing, but then when you actually live with someone, it's a completely different thing. You start to see their real habits.
Have you lived with someone?
Yeah.
And you have. So this is the thing. I don't genuinely have these conversations because I think everything is different for a different person. And I think the problem with society now is we see one meme. Oh my God, this is facts. Oh my God. No, what might work for you behind closed doors may not work for me, vice versa. And everyone has their own reason as to why they want that. And there's no wrong or right.
I agree with you. The bottom line, I think, though, is that when you're deep in the trenches, that's when you know. It's true. It's when you know who's there for you and who's not, because
that's definitely true.
When food can't be put on the table, you can't go on a holiday, you can't. That's people will show their true colours. It won't be in the good times. It's not going to be when everything's nice and
100%.
It's going to be when you're going through some tough shit and you'll know if that person's really rocking with you or not.
Real shit. And also the bottom line is Lin Mei isn't going to go with anyone that earns less than her. So guys, you need to make sure you earn more than her and figure out how much she earns. Welcome to the Double Down podcast. This is a 21-minute intro. I've done an intro.
I may only earn 18k a year though, so that's not hard. I may only earn 18k a year, so that's not hard.
With that watch on. Okay, anyway.
I was going to say, not with that.
This is
not with that one.
We had one long intro topic there. 21 minutes in, it just went, and that's what happens when you get Lin Mei on your podcast. She can chat for Great Britain, and that's why we've got her back so quickly, so early. You lot loved her the first time, so she's here again. We're talking about relationships and we're talking about finances, so I think it's only right we just talk about this relationship. I want to get you lot's thoughts on this. The Kardashian Wests.
Oh my God, let's get into this.
Now, I don't want to be too gossipy and speak because we're speculating on, people's relationship, right? But in the same breath, I think there's just so many narratives running alongside what's going on now with Kanye West. So we got Kanye West, who's apparently putting out working on an album called Donda for his mum. Yeah. Then we've got Kanye West, who's running for president of the United States, right? And has done his first rally in South Carolina. And then we've got Kanye West, who is on Twitter saying that he wants to divorce his wife, right? And then at this rally, we've also got Kanye West crying, having a breakdown, talking about abortion, some serious topics. And then the broader topic now that's opened up, obviously, is about his mental health. Now, straight off the bat, I want to ask you lot, right? Do you think all of this is promotional, attention-seeking vibes? Or do you think it is genuine and he's genuinely just doing this as a sick individual, like mentally sick individual?
I think both.
You think both, yeah?
Yeah, I think he's a massive creative. And when you have like that level of creativity, not all, but you do have blurred lines, like what is mental health from what is extreme creativity, from what is freedom of expression, and there's all these different layers. And because we've been bound by society to think this is what you're supposed to say when you're supposed to say it, and if you deviate off of that, you're crazy. Yeah. It's like, okay, well, says who? I'm not saying he doesn't have mental health. His family have stated that he does, but I do think there is an element, the whole Kardashian, including him or the West, whatever. Yeah. It's hard to see reality now because their whole life has been geared around promo of their lives via socials, media, etc.
For financial gain.
For financial gain. So how do we ever know what is a reality?
So is it safe to say then, because this is how I've looked at it from the outside looking in, that the Kardashians and him being in that marriage has probably led to his mental health breaking down?
I think it's
no.
Or has played a role?
No.
You wouldn't say that?
No.
I'll tell you why I say that. I'll tell you why.
What, that him being with Kim has assisted his mental breakdown?
No. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why I think that. I'm gonna tell you why I think it plays a factor. Now, I think a massive factor in it is, of course, the passing of his mum. That's going to affect anyone, especially if you have a close relationship with your mum.
But especially the way she died. Especially
the way she died.
He blames himself, right, to a degree.
Because, she was in LA getting surgery and unfortunately, she died. But my thing is, obviously, that's going to have a massive effect on him. I know that's going to have an effect on Kanye West. He's talked about how close he was for his mum. He made a song called Hey Mama. You could tell how much she meant to him and the effect she had on his life. I think that was the main catalyst for what kind of maybe... him being a creative genius or what goes on. I think Kanye West works at 1,000,000 miles per minute. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think his mum going hurt him initially. But then I think once you get with someone like Kim Kardashian, right? This is someone that's been with so many celebrity entertainers around you, from athletes, basketballers, NFL players, to rappers, to R&B singers. She's had a sex tape out. She's done Playboy. She's done all of this years before you got with her. They got together in 2012. Her sex tape came out in 2007. She made the sex tape with Ray J in 2002. So she's been on crud and lived this Hollywood lifestyle way before you was in the picture. When you was in Chicago trying to make it in Rockefeller, she was living this lifestyle. You gotta remember, Kanye has been living in LA, I can only guess, for maybe a decade or so. He's only been in Calabasas since he's been with Kim. Kim has been in Calabasas her whole life. She's lived in Beverly Hills in this Hollywood weirdo thing her whole life. We know Hollywood is weird.
So you're saying he's not used to it?
I think he's come into this world, right? And he's seen how weird this world is and how it's so far removed from reality. Hold on. I'm going to tell you why. Because for me, this is a guy that screamed from the very beginning, I'm from Southside Chicago. He's grown up a certain way. He's lived a certain life. He comes over here now where, your sister doesn't even look like how she looked 2 years ago. She looks like a completely different person. That's Chloe. You've got the mum who is monetizing all of her children for financial gain. Yeah. You've got Kylie, who used to look like a 13-year-old Armenian girl, now looks like a mixed race woman with curves and big lips. None of this is real.
What's this got to do with Kanye West?
I think all of this has weighed on his mental. I feel honestly, bro, and I'll tell you why. Because
I think that's celeb lifestyle as a whole now. Yeah. I think they have just exposed...
they're the extreme.
Yeah.
I think he's in the depths with them, bro.
I think Kanye West has had mental issues for a long, long time, way before he even met Kim Kardashian.
I said that though. I said when his mom passed, that's when it started.
So how are the Kardashians? I
just said it can, bro. You got
to remember. If you're a musician and your biggest Kanye West is, no matter if you meet the Kardashians with Amber Rose, you're in Rockefeller, you're not talking to Jay-Z, whatever situation you're in, that's going to play a part on your mental. I think at this moment in time, yes, he's in that Kardashian bubble, so that might be contributing to it. But I think if you take them out and put someone else in, or another situation Kanye West is in, I think it's still going to be weighing on his mental, because he's not mentally well.
But let me explain something to you. The reason I put it a lot down to them is because of what he's telling me. You can see what he's saying. So
are we saying that all of this is meant as a result of mental health, or is this some of the truth, or is it for promo? Is there a clear line?
I'm with you. I think it's a bit of both. I think he leverages the state he's in, which is he's not in a good state. He's bipolar at the moment, but he leverages that in these manic episodes, because that's what bipolar disorder is. It's manic depression. Sometimes you have these euphoric manic moments of highs, and then you just have these very, very deep lows. That's how it works.
I don't even think I think it's personally, I think he's mentally not well, but I do think we're a result of why he's doing, the reason why he's doing this is because of what we're doing right now. If Kanye West went on these episodes and his rants where we had no promo, when he said slavery's a choice, or Harriet Tubman didn't free, whatever he said, if everyone just ignored it, I don't think he would go in these episodes. I think he's a direct result of people listening to him, people putting everything he says and debating it and discussing Kanye's.
So promo, you're going with the promo.
Yeah, so essentially, and I think he's got all these issues. I think he's also a product of someone that's extremely talented and been successful with his talent. So in his mind, he's thinking, well, even if I'm mentally not well, if I go on these rants, whatever I do is resulted in success, whether it's through my Yeezys, whether it's through my music.
Yeah, because he's on an upward trajectory.
Yeah, so he's thinking...
He's not losing.
Yeah, he's thinking, I'm successful with this, so this is no reason for him to stop. He hasn't seen anything really in his life. I know his mum passed away, but aside from that, there's nothing really to make him think, this is detrimental to my life because it's increased his net worth. We spoke a while ago about him being worth $1 billion.
Yeah, but that's today. In 2013, when he first had these rants, when he went on Breakfast Club and he was complaining when Yeezus came out, this is 7 years ago, 2013, he wasn't in the place you're talking about now. He was there saying, I'm 200 million in debt, I can't afford to do this. Remember, he was crying out saying these things.
But how real, this is what I'm trying to ascertain.
What?
How real are all of these statements? Because I think it goes back to what you were saying. Okay, Kim, the Kardashians, the Jenners,
is that a normal environment?
This is normality to them. But what the Kardashians and Jenner's lifestyle is extreme. They probably, you walk into their house, cameras are on.
All right, let me explain.
Constantly.
Let me explain to you what isn't normal.
As a man,
I know what you're saying.
Or even as a woman.
Let me explain to you what's not normal. What's not normal, right, is a mum getting their daughter, because if you go on Netflix now, the very first episode of the Kardashians has gone up to Netflix again, the very first season. You can watch it now. And on the very first episode...
Is that what you do? Watch the Kardashians, yeah?
No, but I'm researching all of this because of the Kanye and Kim thing.
Research.
So this is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Bit of research. So basically, on that very first episode, Chris takes her daughter and wants her to talk on Tyra Banks' show about the sex tape. And you see her saying, I don't want to do it. And then she's like, as her mom and her manager, more importantly, I think it's important for Kim to go on here and talk about this. That's not normal. You're not going to go...
Why is that not normal?
So you're going to go and take your daughter on a chat show to talk about her sex tape? I'm asking you, would you do that?
No, but that's not normal to me, but it's normal to them.
But that's you're aiding my point. So what I'm saying to you is, if that's not normal to you, it's not normal to me. I don't believe it's normal to you, and it's not normal to Kanye. And then he goes into an environment that's not normal to him and starts abiding by these. Are you saying
it's not normal to Kanye, or are you just saying it's not normal?
No, no. It's not normal to Kanye. It's not normal to Kanye. In Kim's world, that's normal. But what I'm talking about is that's not a real world. That's a rich, privileged world that they live in. So what is normal to
Kanye? Because nothing does seem
in the real world. In the real world, hold on. The real world to me, in most people I know, would not let their daughter make a sex tape, and if they did, they would not get her to promote it on a Tyra Banks show. Is that safe to say, or is that a mad assumption?
I think that might be a mad assumption.
No, it's not regular behaviour. It's not regular behaviour.
Nothing Kanye West does is regular. So I'm trying to say,
but there was no. But there was a time when things were regular for him.
Give me that time. He's not a celebrity.
I didn't know him those times, bro. Obviously,
what are you talking about? When he's a kid,
he wasn't a celebrity his whole life. Kim and these lot have grown up in circles from young.
So
her dad was on the O.J. Simpson case and was on television, bro.
Okay, you're saying that the Kardashian / Jenner, whatever, is the contributing factor to the mental demise of Kanye West. Is that what you're saying?
One of the factors.
So what's the other factor? The mother?
Yeah, the mother dying.
Okay, so at what point...
Dealing with high levels of fame, which could affect any human being, and being criticised for every move you make, that could have an effect on your mental health. Okay, so let's bring
this back to, let's say, everyday life with people we may know.
Yeah.
At what point do you choose monetary success over your mental health or a situational relationship that you know this is not good for me? Yeah. So we can criticize everyone. This is another thing with people. The Kardashians are trash. Look at all the black men that they've had, and look what it's done to them. Okay, but is it by force you're still there? So at what point do you separate and say this is not good for my mental health?
Isn't that what Kanye West is telling us now? But that's what this is what I'm saying.
That he's been trying to divorce her.
This is what you lot are overskipping.
So do you believe that part?
Yes. Why wouldn't I believe that?
Okay.
Why not?
How easy is it to get a divorce?
Why not? It's not.
He said
divorce is not easy, bro.
He's been saying he's been trying to divorce her for 2 years.
And you don't know what's. Listen. You don't know what's tied up in their finances. First of all, I don't know what their contract situation is. I don't know what their house is and how much they bought together.
He could leave the house.
Hold on. It's things as easy as that. Have you been in a relationship or at any point in your life? I don't want to get too personal on here where you thought maybe I want to leave this and then you've ended up.
Yeah, true.
All right. True. So when you've got a mum who he's saying, because he's given us all the information right now, he's saying everyone knows Get Out was about my life. Remember when Get Out came out and everyone made those jokes? Remember everyone made the jokes? Hold on. The woman with the teaspoon with the car, they said that's Kris Jenner, that's Kanye, Kanye's Daniel Kaluuya, that's about Kanye. And then he's come out now and said, everyone knows Get Out's about my life. He said, Chris, when you're not... Hold on.
I don't get how Kanye West... I don't get how Get Out's about Kanye West. So
hold on. That's what he said, right? So
should he not go for a white woman then?
No, forget that. What I'm saying is irrespective...
Well, it's about that, isn't it? He's been saying white supremacy.
It's about this family. It's not about white people. It's about this family that he lives in.
He's mentioned white people.
Yeah, but I'm talking about these series of tweets. He's talking about these individuals.
Yeah.
He's saying, Chris... You're the main problem here. This is what I'm gathering. He's shown the text messages. When you ever want to stop trying to have me admitted. Stop trying to call me crazy. When you want to have a conversation, call me. You haven't called me. Send another text. Chris, what's going on? Talk to me. I don't want to talk to Kim. I want to talk to you because you're the mastermind behind all of this. You were the one in 2007 when you started the Keeping Up with the Kardashians show, said I want to manage my daughters and use all of this for financial gain. That's what Chris has done. This is a fact.
Wait. He's obtained financial gain too.
So you believe Kim over him then?
No.
Well, you have to believe one of them.
No, but he's obtained financial gain as well. So it's all very well saying Kris Jenner has done this for financial gain. Everything is for finances. But do you think, let me ask a serious question. Do you think he would have got billionaire status without the Kardashians?
I don't know. I can't say he wouldn't because he's such a creative genius.
Fair enough, but his success, their success,
he made his money off trainers, not.
They're the most, they're the most high profile.
Before he was with Kim,
family.
Nick, you know you're into trainers. Before he was with Kim, he married Kim in 2013. His first Yeezy came out in 2000. When did he meet her? I don't know, but he got married in 2013. His first Yeezy came out in, what was it, like 07 or 08? Were they not selling out queues round blocks way before he was with Kim? Way before he was having an effect on the culture. I don't know.
But he's been chatting shit from day one.
What do you mean?
So
when he grabbed the award of Taylor Swift and said...
Why not let me talk?
Let me talk. Go on.
The one thing that I know that's been consistent, whether he's been with Amber Rose, whether he's been with Kim Kardashian, whether he's been in Rockefeller, whether he's been talking to Jay-Z or not, the one thing that's been consistent with Kanye West from the beginning...
Yeah.
From the very beginning, is he's been chatting shit.
But has he been chatting shit because he's been telling the truth? When he said that about when he said that about George Bush, was he chatting shit?
What did he say about George Bush?
George Bush don't care about black people and Hurricane Katrina. Was he chatting shit?
I mean, that's his opinion.
I'm asking you.
I said,
because you feel like he's chatting shit. Is he chatting shit?
I said, I think sometimes there is, sometimes he is, sometimes there isn't.
Let's take his biggest moments. On that occasion when people say he's crazy and he doesn't know what he's doing, because that's obviously what...
I'm being wrong. When I say chatting shit, I don't just mean literally... not making sense. I mean, as in nothing he says. He's shown that consistently. He just speaks.
Okay,
like,
so why
is the content truthful though? That's what I'm asking.
If he said,
whether the content's truthful or not, he just speaks.
If he said George Bush does not care about black people, why has he aligned himself with Donald Trump, where the majority of black people think that Donald Trump do not care about black people?
I don't know, but that's a whole other conversation.
It's not, because that means that you are very irregular with your viewpoints.
Hold on, you need to.
There's no consistency with Kanye West. Then 1 minute, even down to him doing the presidential campaign, he's with Donald Trump, then he's not with Donald Trump. This person is racist, then they're not racist. Kim Kardashian is my rock, my everything. Oh, her family white supremacist.
That happens. You can't do that because that happens
in public. In public.
At one point, their life is in public. They live their life in the public. They're not living like us.
But this is what I'm saying. It's too hard to decipher what is a reality with Kanye West.
All right. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to it. When he goes on stage and snatches that award of Taylor Swift, which is wrong, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be taking someone's moment from them if they've earned that, yeah? And he says what everyone else is thinking. Does that mean he's chatting shit? Or does that mean you just think his behaviour is crazy because he's doing something that people don't usually do?
I will never say everything he says is shit, but I'll never say everything he's saying makes complete sense, like a lot of people. But his delivery is erratic.
So let's decipher this him and Kim's relationship here. That's what I'm trying to say, right? He is saying that he feels like Get Out is about his life, that he's in a family, because that's what happened in Get Out. He's the black man in this family, and he feels like he's in the sunken place, because that's what happened in the film, and he wants to get out. I've been trying to get a divorce for 2 years. So do you think it was wrong? I don't trust my wife. When my wife goes to the Waldorf to have a prison reform meeting, and he put in quotations, prison reform, to see Meek Mill, I've been trying to get a divorce since then. He don't even trust her. But why doesn't he?
Wait, do you think Kim was bad for that statement then? That statement that she put out, which was supportive, but you know my husband has bipolar, please be considerate.
I think
do you
she's
think that was
using
bad?
his mental health to brush under the rug the statements that had truth in them about her. That's what I believe. Yeah, it's true. He is sick. We know that. But that's an easy way to pass off what the actual message he's trying to get across is. And the actual message he's trying to get across is, this family's fucking crazy. Tiger knew it. He left. His career's back up. Travis Scott left Kylie. He didn't end up where I am. He's still doing his thing. Lamar Odom got out and he's cool. And I'm still here and I'm in a sunken place. You think that's a coincidence?
But then do you not think that's disrespectful to then his non-black wife saying I'm in the sunken place, her family's practicing white supremacy?
think it's full of shit, and I think
Yeah, but he's got mixed race children. What about what they're going to see?
He needs to stop
all this contention between the two.
He needs to stop comparing himself to Daniel Kaluuya and saying he's the guy in Get Out in Sunken Place. If I see him, I will slap him and get him back to normal.
Who? Kanye West?
Yeah, I'll give him one quick slap.
But this is why I find it so confusing.
Let me just break it down, because Daniel Kaluuya in Get Out, for those that have not seen it, which is a great film, he was not aware of what he was getting himself into. He got to the house, next thing you know, people in the sunken place, people moving mad, they're trying to get him. It's all crazy. Things are all popping up.
Kanye was aware.
Kanye West was aware.
He knew what the family was about. It's true.
Kanye,
could we all see?
Stop.
We could all see.
You're being silly now.
Wait. We could all see.
No, you're being silly.
No, because I can justify
Man
everything
said,
I'm
don't
saying.
do that.
Because you're trying to make it like I'm being silly.
Wait, time out.
Hold on. If I've got a different view from you, that doesn't mean I'm being silly. It just means I hold a different view from you.
Okay, listen. You two. If Kanye, are you trying to say, fair enough, he was from Chicago, all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian, her family are used to this. Are you trying to say that, remember, he's very intelligent and creative. He was completely...
I thought you said he was mentally sick from way before he met her. So couldn't she have taken advantage of him?
Wait,
Is it easy to manipulate someone?
Let me finish. Let me land. Are you saying that he had no idea what that family was about prior to entering that family?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay, so
but
then
where's
where's the responsibility knowing all of the issues? How many times was she married or whatever before?
Listen. So are you trying to say everyone that gets taken advantage of, or is manipulated, right, has to take sole responsibility for that?
Not sole, but some.
Of course.
You're trying to say he had no idea this family was this family.
But I never said that. I never once said that. What I'm trying to say to you is, right, this is a mentally sick man before he got with Kim. We've already admitted that. You said from time he's been doing this, he hasn't been well.
So it's all Kim's fault. It's all Kim's fault.
Why do you keep going back to that? When the initial thing, when we started this, I said the main factor was his mum dying. I made that abundantly clear at the beginning of our conversation. That the main contribution to his mental health was his mum going. That was the big part of his life that he lost, his rock, his stone. I feel like even if his mum was here today, when he got with Kim, a lot of guys, especially like him, Christian guys, would take that person to his mum and go, "Mum, what do you think?
Okay,
is this gonna be my wife?"
If
that person wasn't there to actually even vet Kim and go, I
so
don't
he's got
know.
no one else in his life that
there were people around him, and I don't find it a coincidence that they removed themselves from him once he got with her, because they knew what she was about, and that was Jay-Z, that was Beyonce.
So if
Kim was about, Jay-Z and Beyonce were around Kanye. Watch the Throne was getting made, Rockefeller was going strong, diamonds were being thrown up, everything was gravy.
Listen,
Kim steps into the picture, all of a sudden Jay-Z and Kanye don't see eye to eye.
So what would be your advice? What would be your advice to Kanye? What would be your advice to Kanye West? If you were his best friend right now, what would your advice be to Kanye West?
Right now, I'd say divorce Kim.
Yeah.
And focus on your work. Get back to Kanye. Focus on your work.
Okay, can I just say
your personal relationship is toxic and it's having an effect on you.
And you don't think Kim is his support mechanism and rock in any way?
Can I just say one thing? Can I just say one thing? From a man that's made mistakes in life.
Yeah.
Do you know what the easiest thing in life to do is?
Take responsibility.
And blame other people. So it's so easy when
blame other people. You mean
to blame other people is the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
So I'm saying in
100%.
in situations where Kanye West is breaking down, he's saying he's being erratic, he's crying on stage. Do you know how easy it is to say, look, the Kardashians, look what happened over there. I can see it now. They're to blame. Chris is to blame. It's all adding up. All the puzzles. They've messed Kanye West up. Kanye West was all right before this. No, take your own responsibility for your own actions and you got yourself. Kanye West he's a man. He's not August Alsina. He's not August Alsina that was like 23 and we're saying, he got into an entanglement and he might not have known. You're big man.
Yeah, but everyone's different, bro.
No, but I'm trying to say, so we can't then, for these mental breakdowns or any situations he's in,
other elements of his life he's doing very well.
Family.
How can you be so how can you not have any responsibility of, let's say, your relationship, but then you're doing massive business deals? Okay, but not take any to a degree when you're still managing to do massive business deals and other things in life where you have to be the driving force in terms of taking responsibility.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean because you're good at that means you're going to be good at your personal relationship with a person. Some people have got shit personal communication skills and are shit at being in a relationship, but they're great at being businessmen, and vice versa. Some people are shit at business, but when it comes to having a good relationship with a person. They're sick at that. People got different skills and different things for different things. I just think with Kanye West, for me, I look at a timeline of things. Kim and him got married in 2013, and ever since then, his mental health has steadily declined at a rapid rate. I've seen it before my eyes. I'm a Kanye West fan. I've followed his career. His music has got progressively shitter.
No, it hasn't, and I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that either.
It has got progressively shitter.
I don't agree with that.
It was one of his best albums.
What?
Life of Pablo.
So you're saying, oh, hold on, okay. I don't want to make this about his discography because this is all personal taste. But from what I've seen, most people say that college dropout, registration, graduation, and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, they're all better than Life of Pablo.
but maybe his
so Jay-Z
maybe he's got other sides.
Jay-Z's new album.
Watch the Throne.
No, you can't say that because maybe he's got different aspirations. Like Rihanna hasn't released music; she's concentrating on Fenty. Maybe his actual dream and goals, like he always says, is to do fashion. Yeah. So why is he going to put the same energy?
No, it's not limited to one. He's already said
it's not limited. I get that. But that's his driving force at the moment. So. In terms of the music, that's neither here nor there. But I think it's whether it's in life, it's whether you want to make the sacrifice. I do think personally, yeah, he may have done well with Yeezys, but I think being a part of one of the most prolific families has assisted his platform.
Financially.
It has. Yes.
Financially, but not in terms of integrity or class.
But then how do you know? Behind closed doors.
I know because Jay-Z distanced himself from him.
You don't know anything.
What do you mean? Because Jay-Z is a respected guy in that way.
But you don't know. I never thought Jay-Z would have cheated, but he did. You don't know what happens behind closed doors to say he's...
Do you know how I know that? I know that? Because I know, and this makes me judgmental, but if Nick decides to marry a porn star who has a sex tape with an R&B singer, I'm going to be like, my bro... Personally, I don't think you should be doing that. Like, I think there'll be someone else.
Are you his true friend then? Would you separate?
What do you mean?
If he decides to get with a woman...
What, me and him do business together?
Wait. If you two are friends and do business together... And he decides to choose a woman who's questionable, right? Okay, porn star, yeah.
She's a porn star. That was a porn tape.
Would you, if you consider him a friend as well as business, because sometimes they're both, right? Would you separate yourself entirely from him based on the woman he chooses?
So if me and Nick are in business together, we're not just friends, we're in business together, because that's what Jay-Z and Kanye West was.
You can still be someone's friend and depart business.
Do you want me to answer? Okay, so if me and Nick are in business together, right, and then Nick decides to go out with this very well-known porn star, right, and that's who his business is now aligned with, then my business can't be aligned with Nick anymore.
Why can't you be friends?
We could be friends.
But they're not friends.
Dude, I don't know what they are. I don't know if they still speak on the phone or if they text. I don't know what they do. All I know is in the public eye, this is a fact. Jay-Z has distanced himself from Kanye West.
Jay-Z. Why do you think Kanye West has chosen right now to come out with all this?
Because I think he's just at the end of his tether, like anyone.
Yeah. Okay.
I also think he's been sitting down with Donald Trump.
There's no coincidence.
I think it's political.
There's no coincidence that he's got a new album coming.
He had a new album last year.
Wait, listen.
He released 2 albums last year.
So there's no coincidence, got a new album.
Why did he divorce her then?
But he's not divorcing her now.
What do you mean? That's what they're saying. They're getting divorced.
What, one tweet? Don't people put out tweets all the time? Doesn't mean they're going to go and do it.
All right, has he done this in the past? Has he said he wants to divorce Kim before?
He said other things.
He's never said I wanted to divorce Kim before. He's never said that.
So you think he's going to divorce her?
You know, hold on.
Do you think he's going to divorce her?
I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. All I want to work with is what we've seen. And what we've seen is Kanye West. This is the first time I've ever seen him talk negatively about Kim publicly. This is the first time ever he's ever tweeted anything in an interview. He's had anything negative to say about Kim.
Why do you think he's gone for the presidential candidacy?
Hold on. This is the first time he's ever spoke negatively publicly about his wife. That doesn't mean to say for the last 3-4 years he hasn't spoke negatively about her behind the scenes, but he didn't want to affect the business of it because they're massive business.
But this is what I go back to, and this is my whole point. Kanye West spoke negatively about Amber Rose. Kanye West spoke negatively about Drake.
Once they broke up, yeah.
Kanye West spoke negatively about Jay-Z. When are we gonna, not we, because I feel like me and him are agreeing, when are you gonna ever say,
this is him?
Maybe you're the issue.
What do you mean by the issue?
Like, maybe you're the problem.
Maybe he's like this.
Maybe you keep saying Amber Rose was this and that. Now Chris called me.
Or maybe men need to stop going. Maybe men need to stop going for this type of woman.
Do you know what I think you're confusing? I'm saying here, right, that Kanye West, there's many factors that have led to the decline of Kanye West's mental health, right? And for me, the 2 prominent factors that I've witnessed...
I'm talking about relationship. I'm not talking about his mental health. I'm talking about like his relationships with people.
Oh, so you're going on to that?
Yeah, I'm saying because he every now and then he does this. He'll go on his Twitter and have a little rant about someone. It was Drake a few months ago. It was Amber Rose ages ago. Like he does it about people all the time. He did it about Charlamagne.
Do you know what I think is
when is he gonna take responsibility?
Wait, let me say something. I think there's a massive issue with being unequally yoked. So when I say unequally yoked is he's always been in the background and now very prominent, this Christian. Everything's about God, anti-abortion, anti-this, anti-that, all the rest of it. But then you decided to get with a porn star. So there's so many men and women that do this. And going back to our previous conversations about finding out what someone's actual morals are before you get with them, he knew Kim laid down and videoed them having sex.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if you're this big Christian, and even now I can't see the correlation between what Kim does, where she's always skin out and all that. I'm not saying you can't be a Christian, but he even tweeted something along the lines of, my daughter will never do Playboy. Well, maybe she might because she's looking at her mum. Yeah. So why did you choose a mother of your children who had sex on camera, but now you're saying my daughter will never be like the mum? How confusing is that for the children?
How is that confusing for the children?
What?
Just because someone's done something in the past. People can change.
Okay, the majority of people that smoke is because their parents smoke.
That's a false equivalence.
What? It's what you see.
No, because I've seen my mum smoke. I never became a cigarette smoker when I was young and I saw her smoke.
The majority is, it's very hard to, why would you then tell your child, oh, morally never do this. My child will never do this. You knew. It's not as if Kim
Because you can say, learn from this.
Wait.
My wife has regretted doing that porn tape. She didn't even want to go on Tyra Banks, but her mum made her and forced her to talk about it.
She's done things that are similar in terms of what he doesn't agree with. So he's going down this road of, this is my moral high ground, this is what I believe. Yeah, and Kim is not the same person as him.
No, but you got to understand as well, when she did those things, right? So let's take the sex tape, for example. That was in 2002, her and Ray J shot that tape. It came out in 2007. He marries her in 2013. When she did sex tape, she's like 21, 22. He's probably thinking, all right, I don't like that, but you're in your 30s now. You're ready to settle down and have kids. That's in the past. But I don't want you acting like that today. Like,
that's bullshit. His ex-girlfriend before that was a stripper.
Before that.
So Kanye West has got a track record of being that guy.
So what? You can't break a track record? I'm so confused.
You don't. How many times do men... Wait. How many times do men complain about women that they get with them, everything's fine, whether it's man on the road, whatever it is they're doing, and the girl's all happy to live the lifestyle. Tutus, when they're really going deep, it's like, wrong, babe, when you going to come off the roads? Or babe, when you going to stop doing this? You met me like this. Don't try to change me now.
Yeah, but then
Kanye knew what Kim was like, but now you're this amazing Christian releasing gospel albums, but your woman's a slut in terms of what we consider that to be. Behind closed doors, we don't know that Kris Jenner, you said Kris Jenner has been the holding the strings for the entire... Thank you. So how do you know that she's not said to Kim, like, let's get North into doing a bit of sexy stuff? Already the certain clothes...
That's what Kanye thinks is coming.
Exactly. So why
they need the next generation of Kardashians after.
Okay, thank you. So my thing is, if this family has been so successful out of the entire family, the majority of the family being public, half naked all the time, sex tapes, all the rest of it, I feel that a lot of the mental battle is now, oh crap, they want to do this with my own children. Yeah. You should have known. Why did you get with a family that you know that that's what their standpoint is?
But Lin,
that is not how life works.
No, life works it's easy to say in hindsight. You're using hindsight. It's easy to say afterwards when things go like that. What are you talking? So you've never got into something and then afterwards gone, I should have known, man.
Not on the face of it. Not on the face of it.
Whatever. So you're perfect then.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I'm perfect.
I have,
everyone's done that.
It doesn't mean, when I was very young, but now.
When you see someone and you're lusting and you're blinded by love and everything, and that's what I'm saying.
No.
Hold on. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He does have to take responsibility. Like, I'm not saying he's void of responsibility. Of course he has to take responsibility for it. But it doesn't mean the relationship he's in isn't toxic and hasn't affected his mental health. He's telling me it has. So either you don't think he's chatting shit completely about what he's saying about Kris and Kim and everything, and he's lying, or you don't. It's one of the two. But he's given us the information. That's all I'm saying. What do you think? Do you think he's lying about them or he's not?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at every other thing that's gone around him, and they've also got a track record of fucking people up.
Of what?
Of fucking people up. There's a track record. I can see it.
But then why do people go? Why do people going back?
Look at Rob.
Why do people keep on entering that family?
Getting finessed by Black China.
Why do people keep on entering that family then?
Listen,
huh?
Why do people keep on entering that family?
You have to ask them. But I know they all regret it, but they all end up regretting it. I know that much. Ask Lamar Odom, ask Tiger, ask Travis, ask all of these lot if they actually really are happy with their decisions.
The only time I would say, the only
Lamar
time...
Odom's had his own issues.
Yeah, he did.
Tiger had his I don't subscribe to this idea in life that if you know if I know someone that I had family issues, parental issues, etc., whatever, and then the local boys of my estate, they're like, come. Let's say they almost grew me. I then, fair enough, they contribute. I can't start blaming them. Just because I feel like you basically said, obviously, you said the major incident about Kanye West deteriorating was his mum dying.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So we've got that at the top. But then you said he was on his trajectory until he got married Kim Kardashian. He went down. No, because you're then giving him a scapegoat.
So why are you giving him a blight for the mum, but you're not? Because you already said earlier he feels like he takes responsibility for his mum dying because that was
out of his control.
Exactly.
Getting with Kim wasn't out of his control.
Yeah, but he's also not in control of what she does when she's with him. So hold on, let me say something. And I don't know.
So all relationships don't go two ways.
Of course they all go two ways. But I've already said responsibility.
But I wouldn't have thought that from what your argument, because you're basically just saying, look, he's deteriorated because of Kim Kardashian. That's what you said.
No, I said it was one of the factors. I've made this very clear throughout. I said it's one of the factors. I said his mum was a factor. That's a factor. Him being famous and a celebrity is a factor. There's loads of factors that can go into why his mental health. I just think that people do need to ascertain
what they're getting themselves into. Yeah, fair enough. If you meet a girl and you know nothing, it's a blank canvas, right? I understand. But if you meet a girl, and you've sent it to the group chat and you're like, man, what do you think? I've just started talking to her. And all of your boys come back and say to you, bro, like at your own risk, there's a lot of issues. We know about 4 men that's been with her and she sent all of them crazy. Are you not even going to think, do you know what? You might get to know her still because you want to know for yourself, but you're going to approach with caution. When you see the signs that they've confirmed you're out, that's the sensible thing to do. Why is it that
is that what he's doing now?
What, after how many years? Are you all right?
I think with Kanye West, it feels like the boy cried wolf for me. It feels like you use your platform, your social media, your interviews, your rants in such like a powerful way for promo, like we're talking about, to sell things or to get yourself about, etc. And it feels like, so you use this to voice things at the right time. For me, it feels like the boy cried wolf, because it's like, so I've seen you in Vogue.
He's lying.
I've seen you in Vogue with your family, this so-called family that you was in the Sunken Place, but I've seen you you had them in music videos, I've seen you do this and that, you've been in TV shows, and it's all been good and well, and all of a sudden...
No, that's bullshit, bro. That's bullshit, because we've all been in relationships where privately we're going through things, but to everyone else, you're not showing what you're privately going through, especially if you're a celebrity, so I can only imagine that amplifies.
Kanye West isn't that... Kanye West, if Beyonce suddenly tweeted, look, I'm done with this, like Jay-Z been tweeting, I would believe it, because I'll be like that she's just snapped and it's all gone mad and she can't take anymore.
But you're saying his patterns don't show that this is the first.
Yeah, this isn't someone that's just snapped. What I'm saying.
Let's get to the bottom of it. Are you saying this is a lie, that he's a liar? He's not, none of this is actually happening in his relationship?
I think it's not as I think I've got his side of the story and I don't believe it. I think I need to see the whole side of the story.
What is the other side of the story?
The other side of the story is Kim saying...
But she's had a chance to address it, and all she's given us is some mental health spew about, you need to understand
They've
Kanye,
probably got a whole load of PR professionals.
But that's the difference. That's the difference. I'm hearing from... Look, when we look at Twitter, whether you think he's crazy or whatever you want to say, I'm hearing from Kanye. That is Kanye tweeting. When Kim puts that response on her thing... I don't know who that is.
Okay, what if
I don't know who
the
that
Kardashians,
is. That beautifully written paragraph that was 3 pages on a story. I don't know if that's from Kim, but more time when I watch, anytime I've seen Keeping Up with the Kardashians, it doesn't look like Kim's going to be saying something like that.
But the issue,
I want to go shopping today.
No, but listen, the issue with the Kardashians is, right, when they first came out, it was something really new. Reality TV was at ground level. Do you know what I mean? Now reality TV, we all have our own, like everyone can have Instagram, something's going on, X, Y, Z. So I feel, how long has the Kardashians been going on for? How many years?
13 years.
There you go. So you've got to remember, to keep that traction where they can keep on building their empire, everything now has to be an extremity, an extreme storyline. They can't come with the dead storyline they had before. Oh, I think he's cheating, or blah, 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 because it's boring now. We can look at loads of other reality TV shows. So how do we know it's not all fake?